I think what I remember most about films is the people that I've worked with rather than the film itself, if that makes any sense. And I don't think it'll ever get any better than it was.
Imagine being 81 years old, a Hollywood legend, and still surprising everyone with your bold honesty. Sam Elliott just did exactly that. Today, we'll reveal the 5 actors Sam Elliott admires most, names that may shock you, including one nobody expected. Quick challenge. If you had to guess Sam Elliott's #1 pick, who would it be? Drop your guess in the comments before we reveal it. What does a cowboy admire in another actor? For Sam Elliott, it's never been about fame or flash. It's about honesty on screen. His first choice is Clint Eastwood, a man whose minimal words and piercing stares defined an entire era. Elliott once said, Eastwood's restraint proved you don't need noise to make an impact. In real life, that lesson matters. Sometimes less really is more. Strip away the extra, focus on what's real, and authenticity wins. Powerful truth. Now here's a surprise. One of Elliott's favorite actors isn't a cowboy at all. He's praised Tom Hanks, an actor far removed from dusty saloons. What links them is depth. Hanks captures human emotion with clarity, just as Elliott does with grit. The real-world takeaway? Greatness transcends genre. You don't need to fit a mold to earn respect. Whether in business, art, or daily life, master your lane and others will notice. Respect is earned across boundaries. Picture Sam Elliott on a film set. Gravel in his voice, hat pulled low. He points to Daniel Day-Lewis as the kind of actor who disappears completely into character. Elliott admires that total commitment, the kind that makes you forget the performer and only see the role. In the real world, that's a reminder that true excellence often requires complete immersion. Whatever your craft, lean in fully, even when it's uncomfortable. Half measures never make legends. Total commitment matters. Elliott once recalled watching Katharine Hepburn decades ago and realizing that's what acting should look like. He admired her precision, her fire, and her refusal to bend to Hollywood's expectations. That kind of courage left an impression on a young actor still finding his place. And it applies beyond acting. Integrity is magnetic. Hold your ground, even when it's easier to conform. Elliott's admiration shows that people respect strength of character as much as talent. Integrity builds legacy. Sam Elliott believes real greatness in acting comes from restraint, not fireworks. That's why he's long admired Gary Cooper, whose quiet strength carried more weight than loud performances ever could. Cooper showed that a pause can be louder than a speech. In daily life, this lesson is powerful. Sometimes holding back, listening, or waiting makes your presence even stronger. You don't always need the spotlight to command respect. Silence has power. Here's where Elliott surprises people. He often praises Robert Duvall. Not only did Duvall redefine realism in movies like Tender Mercies, he also mentored younger actors with generosity behind the scenes. 2 roles, 1 legacy, performer and teacher. Elliott respects both equally. The takeaway? True greatness isn't just about personal achievement. It's about lifting others while you climb. Share your craft, share your wisdom, and your impact doubles. Influence multiplies. When asked about Sam Shepard, Elliott once said, "The man could write dialogue the way people actually speak." That admiration wasn't casual. It reflected Elliott's respect for artists who honor truth. Shepard's raw authenticity on stage and screen resonated deeply with him. In real life, this reminds us that honesty always cuts through noise. Speak with clarity, skip the fluff, and your words gain weight. Authenticity speaks louder. Elliott has also pointed to Viggo Mortensen as a torchbearer for the future. Mortensen blends old-school grit with modern sensitivity, proving toughness and vulnerability can coexist. For Elliott, that's the evolution of the archetypal man, strong but never closed off. And it's a trend worth adopting. Whether at work or in relationships, balance makes you stronger, not weaker. Vulnerability fuels resilience. If you're finding these stories about Sam Elliott's favorite actors inspiring, take a second to subscribe and hit the bell. Because next time, we'll reveal the actors he clashed with most, and those tales are just as fascinating. Many assumed Elliott disliked Marlon Brando, given their contrasting styles. But he's admitted to a deep admiration for Brando's fearless originality. Elliott once said Brando broke molds others didn't even know existed. That surprise teaches a vital lesson. Respect can exist even when you disagree with someone's methods. In your own life, look for value in the unexpected. Even rivals can be teachers. Respect crosses boundaries. On the set of Tombstone, Elliott shared a moment with Val Kilmer that changed his perspective. Watching Kilmer, weakened by illness but pouring everything into Doc Holliday, left Elliott in awe. That memory stuck with him. Talent isn't about ease, it's about giving everything you have. In life, effort speaks louder than excuses. Push through challenges with heart, and people will remember your courage. Heart outlasts hardship. Sam Elliott often highlights Paul Newman, not just for his iconic performances, but also for his charitable work. Newman proved you could dominate Hollywood and still dedicate your fortune to causes bigger than yourself. 2 roles, 1 life, legend and humanitarian. Elliott admires both. The takeaway? Success without generosity feels empty. Use your wins to lift others, and you'll be remembered twice as long. Legacy doubles. Elliott once compared Sam Shepard's stage presence to an old oak tree, rooted, immovable, yet alive with quiet energy. That metaphor reveals what he values most: endurance and natural power. In our own lives, being steady and dependable often matters more than chasing flash. Like an oak, plant your roots deep, grow slowly, and let time prove your strength. Endurance wins every time. For years, rumors floated that Elliott and Jeff Bridges had tension after The Big Lebowski. The truth? Elliott has nothing but admiration for Bridges' ability to blend humor and gravity in one role. It's a reminder not to believe every headline. In our lives, too, assumptions can cloud reality. Before judging, check the facts. You may find respect where you expected rivalry. Misconceptions waste energy. Elliott has spoken warmly about Bradley Cooper, especially after working together on A Star is Born. He sees in Cooper the blend of vulnerability and craftsmanship that will carry Hollywood forward. For Elliott, Cooper represents the next generation of actors who balance tradition with innovation. The takeaway? Look for people who honor the past while building the future. Progress thrives on balance. Critics once wrote that Sam Elliott's admiration for Gene Hackman was proof that great actors recognize each other instantly. Elliott has echoed that, praising Hackman's ability to vanish into every role, from The French Connection to Unforgiven. That kind of adaptability is rare. The lesson? Don't box yourself in. Learn to flex and grow. Those who adapt thrive. Elliott also credits Steve McQueen as a personal compass. It wasn't just McQueen's style, it was his humility, his ability to stay grounded, even as fame surrounded him. Elliott has often said those values mattered more than box office numbers. The takeaway? Success means little without staying true to yourself. Fame fades, but character endures. Character is forever. Elliott often reminds people that what you admire in others reflects what you're chasing yourself. He points to Gregory Peck as a model of dignity, both on screen and off. Peck carried himself with consistency, never betraying his values for quick gain. That's what Elliott strives for too. In your own journey, study the people you respect most because they mirror your own aspirations. Your heroes are your blueprint. And finally, Elliott's top admiration goes to Sam Shepard, the man he called a true original. Shepard wasn't just a playwright, actor, and director. He was a visionary who never compromised, even when Hollywood pushed conformity. Elliott saved this for last because it defines him too. The ultimate lesson? Live on your own terms and let your craft speak louder than the critics. Originality outlives trends. Sam Elliott's 5 most admired actors weren't just movie stars. They were reminders of the values he's lived by: authenticity, grit, humility, and originality. At 81, he still draws strength from those examples, and we can too. Respect crosses time, genres, and generations. If this inspired you, stick around, because next time we'll explore the actors Elliott clashed with most, and those stories are just as unforgettable.